Good morning. I'm so glad that you clicked on this video. Thank you for visiting my blog and checking out this post. When I woke up this morning, I saw on my calendar that today is the National Day of Prayer, which caused me to think, what is the importance of prayer? Why should I care about prayer? Why should I care? What does it do? What is its purpose? So on and so forth. And as I was sitting and thinking for a moment, it occurred to me that prayer in the spiritual world, and even as it affects our natural world, is a lot like a post office. Well, when you go to a post office, when you think of a post office is a place where you take all of your mail, things that you need to send off to someone else. When I pray, I am doing just that. I am sending my request, I am mailing my request, if you will, to God in heaven. I am submitting all of my worries, all of my cares, all of my anxieties, all of my fears, and all of my thank you. Those would be like sending a thank you card to someone. I am sending all of those things to God, which coincidentally are things that I can't do anything about. Much like if you have something that you need to mail to the post office, well, it does no good to have it sitting on a table. If, as long as it's sitting on that table, it doesn't reach its proper destination. Well, the same thing happens in our lives with our worries, our cares, our anxieties, our fears, and even our thanks. Unless it's given and unless it goes to its proper destination, it has no effect. The same thing is true with prayer and in your daily life and in my daily life. When I don't pray to God, when I don't release all those things that are completely out of my control, then there's no communication, which is another important reason for prayer. When you go to the post office, all you're doing is sending communications. You're sending those things wherever they need to go, whether it be bill payments, whether it be letters, invitations, thank you cards, as I mentioned earlier. All of those are forms of communication. The same thing is true with prayer. Prayer is simply a way of communicating with God. No relationship can exist properly, I believe, without communication. And many of times in our lives, I know I have, we want to know, what is God's plan for my life? What is his design? What is his impact on my life? Is there a God? You may even be someone watching this video and you're wondering, is there a God? Well, you can't find out if something exists if you don't reach out to it in some kind of way. So when we reach out, when I reach out, when I send those letters to God, those prayers and those letters, if you will, to God, then that is my way of communicating to him, and it builds our relationship. On the other hand, it allows him to communicate back. That is why it is communication. It's conversation, if you will. So not only am I able to release all of my cares, worries, fears, anxieties, all the things that trouble me, all the things that are out of my control, the provision that I need, whatever the case might be, he is able to speak back to me. He is able to provide direction. That is like him sending something back. Now, also, while I'm praying for myself, I'm also able to pray for others. That is like sending a letter to the post office on someone else's behalf. It is addressed and it is from them, but I am just the person that's taking it. And God is so infinite in his wisdom, just like our post office, they have a system, they have logistics set up. Well, God is that same type of person. He has the greatest logistics system I have ever seen. He never misdelivers mail. He always, no matter if I'm praying for myself, no matter if I'm praying for someone else, he knows how to get all of those things and mail them to the proper person. So I send it to him. He answers, mails something to you, or mails it back to me, depending on who it's supposed to go to. He will never misdeliver mail. And on top of that, I'm so glad that God never sends me junk mail. He will never send you something that you can't use. Everything that he sends your way, everything that he allows in your life has its purpose. And those are some of the reasons that I pray. And those are some of the things that I discovered why I care about prayer. And most of all, it is through prayer that we learn and we realize that God cares. Through prayer, we care. And through prayer, we learn that God cares. Thank you so much once again for checking out this blog post. And I just want to leave you with a couple of questions. Have you checked your mail today? And have you mailed your request in to God in prayer? Thank you.